What's up, YouTube? Ugrax99 here with
Tom,
the Jew.
Jew.
So, I'm pretty sure you wore that shirt last time.
Did I really?
I think so.
Well,
okay. So what bullshit deck are we doing now?
Some form of Dante's Inferno Dark World. OTK.
Okay. And this is for post-Duelist Alliance. So
yeah.
Do you have anything to say about this before we start?
It OTKs pretty nicely. You can get over 3 back row and 1 monster, and then you can still pack 8,000 damage, so it's pretty nice.
Okay. Let's see this.
Alright. So, for starters, you have 3 of Graph.
Turn around.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
You have 3 of Graph, and the thing with all of these Burning Abyss cards is they're all based off Dante's Inferno, for one. And another one is the...
These are proxies, by the way.
Yeah. Another one is they're similar to Shadows. You can only use one of their 2 different types of effects. The first one with all of them is if you control no spells or trap, you can special summon them. But you only really want to do that as a worst case scenario. And the second one is usually more interesting. Like him, when he is sent to the grave by any means, you special summon a Burning Abyss from your deck. So that's pretty good. And then next up is 3 of Skarm, and he's same first effect, and the second effect is if it's sent to grave by any way, at the end phase you can add a dark level 3 fiend type, and that can be any, it doesn't need to be a Burning Abyss, so you can add Curry Bandits, you can add Tour Guides, you can add all sorts of things. And then we have 3 of Seer, and Seer is, when it's sent, you get to special summon a Burning Abyss from your grave. So, he's pretty good. And another thing that's interesting with all these Burning Abyss ones is if you don't have if you have a card that's not a Burning Abyss on the field, they're destroyed. So, that could be interesting because you can use it to blow itself up and get combos. And at the same time, you can use other plays in the deck to make it work. Then you have 3 of Tour Guide, because a common play, first turn, is normal summon Tour Guide, and Tour Guide for Graph, because Graph's effect will be negated. So then you make rank 3, and you detach, and Graph doesn't miss timing, so you get to special summon 1 from the deck as well. So just inherent pluses.
Them Shaddolls.
Sorry about that. Then you have 3 of Kagamuka Knight. Regardless, it's a Kage to Kage of level 3s. When you normal summon level 3, you can special summon it. So Tour Guide, special this, special Graph, overlay Tour Guide, and Kagamuka, make a Dante. Big fun things start going down. Another thing though is you can normal summon him, so that's better than Kage to Kage, because again you can normal summon 1, and if you have 2 in hand, you normal summon 1, you can special summon another one.
That's pretty good.
Then you have 3 of Necro Gardener, because this whole deck is similar to Light Swarms in the way where you'll burn through your entire deck, so it's good to just have Necro Gardeners in the grave. Next up, for obvious reasons, is Curry Bandit. For starters, it's searchable off of Skarm.
Those proxies?
Yeah, he stole mine.
I stole 2.
He stole 2 of mine. But you play that because searchable by Skarm, and then at the same time it mills, so you get your crazy effects, and it's fun. And then you have 2 of Brow, because you play a small Dark World engine, and it just helps for drawing, deck thinning, doing all sorts of things. Alright, so that's it for monsters. 23 or something. Alright, next up, Foolish for obvious reasons. You usually want a Foolish Graph, so you can just pretty much special summon. Then you have 2 of Gates. Gates works on any card in the deck, it's not just the Brow, because again, you can send one of the Burning Abyss cards from your hand to the grave and get that effect. And then same thing with Dealings. And then a fun combo, and then a fun card. Fun tech is Creature Swap, because if you swap one of your Burning Abyss monsters with one of your opponent's cards, then you get your Burning Abyss effect, and you get to keep your opponent's monster. And then that's it for spells. Only 7. And then next up is the Traveler in the Burning Abyss. Now this card, when you activate it, it special summons as many Burning Abyss cards from your graveyard that were sent this turn. So it's good at the end phase if you Curry Bandit and you get 3 of them, you just activate it and you special summon a bunch of them and do whatever, because then you can get their effects again next turn if your opponent gets over them, or whatever reason. Then you have 2 of Call of the Haunted. is good because if your opponent like blind spaces you like a moron, you can activate Call of the Haunted.
Oh wait. What was that? What was that?
Blind spaces you like a moron.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Morons.
See,
and who do I know who blind spaces every time?
Well, it's not blind spacing because psychology will win you the duel, and also when you normal summon.
But when I open with 5 cards that you don't know, and I set 3 of them, you don't know what cards they are. That's the difference.
I can tell based on how you set them. You're not like. You touch them, you mess with them. It's not the same. And when you normal summon a Murmello and you add a bottomless, I follow the bottomless.
Okay, well that's different, but you're just bullshitting.
I am not bullshitting.
You're bullshitting so hard, but anyway.
Okay, 2 Call of the Haunted, because if your opponent blind spaces, you activate Call, special summon a Burning Abyss, and you just get a free plus. Then you have 2 of Needlebug, because why not? You just mill out your whole deck. Solemn for obvious reasons, Torrential for obvious reasons. And you got 2 of Blackhorn. So, that's
no wiretap?
No wiretap. Too slow. You OTK people.
You're playing Blackhorn, so...
Well, you play that on the chance that you get fucked in the asshole.
Well, okay. I mean, wiretap's pretty good, but okay.
Not really. No, not...
It's pretty.
Again, you need to remember that all the Burning Abyss cards special summon themselves from the hand if you have no spell and traps.
Yeah, but you're playing whatever. You're playing a field spell and a bunch of traps, so that's my argument right there. But
you only activate it if you're going for the OTK, because you don't care otherwise.
You're contradicting everything you've said so far.
That's excellent.
It's fine.
For Dante.
How do you feel about this being a secret?
I hate you. It's a secret. And it's a TCG exclusive, so it's going to be $40, probably.
I'll be shocked if it's that cheap.
Fuck you. So essentially, for starters, it's Burning Abyss. So you can keep your Burning Abyss monsters from getting their asses blown up. And then what you do is, it's 1000 tech, 25 defense. If it's your first turn and your opponent hasn't gone yet, make it in defense and don't detach. But if he's in attack, you detach 1. And it's like a card trooper. You mill up to 3 cards, and it gains 500 attack for each. And then he's also like a Goblin Attack Force, because after he attacks, he goes to defense mode, which is good, in a way. And when he's sent to grave, you can add a Burning Abyss from your grave to your hand. So that's also interesting. Fun. And then we have...
Interesting.
Kill yourself. Then we have...
Wow!
Then we have Giga Brilliant.
Card sucks.
It's good for an OTK.
No, it's not.
Because if you make 3 Dante, and you make this, all of a sudden you have 2,800 Dantes and him at 21. Acid Golem, same thing. If you need, and this deck has a lot of problems getting over like.
How does he have 20? How does Dante have 2,800 attack?
He'll be at 25 because he card troopers.
Ah.
And then he goes up to. They all go up by 300. So it's fun.
Math is hard.
Acid Golem, same thing. This deck has a lot of problems with getting over things with more than 2,800 attack.
I think it just has a lot of problems, but that's beside the point. Continue.
Well. You can play 1 equipped, 2 equipped maybe. It doesn't really matter, just as long as you play something. Tempo, make your opponent detach that Draco Sack, and do whatever. Really not used. 1 or 2 Zen mains, same thing. Then you have 1 or 2 Leviair, depends. And same thing with Leviathan. You can do whatever. And I only have 13 cards in this extra deck because all of the rank 3s suck horse dick.
What are those 2 cards you're holding then?
These are Alucards. They are part of the OTK. Now, a thing that you can do is you can also play Astral Forces.
Wait, this is all 13?
That's 13, yeah.
Oh, I thought these were the other 2. Never mind. Okay, no.
So that's, now we're at 13.
How do you feel about this game you printed?
I hate you, but I don't care. I picked them up when they were 6s on release, and then they're like, yo, it's going to be 20. I'm like, okay. And they got reprinted, so I'm sad. But an interesting tech that I've tried is you can play 2 of Astral Force in the main, and you can take out whatever you want, and you can put in that level 5, what the fuck's his name? The level 5 Vampire, so you can use it to special summon your opponent's cards. Yeah.
Shadow Vampire?
It's decent. Rank 5, Dark Vampire. Should be fun. If you're doing that, then you play other things that seem to work. Because Astral Force is type and attribute, so it's really hard to find. Well, Warrior Lights aren't that hard to find for 5s, but a bunch of them are weird because there's not that many 5s that are these weird types. But again, this is only 13 cards, so feel free to do what you want with it. because this is really all that's standard, and then there's 2 random cards. Also, I recommend Downward Magician, but that doesn't help for the OTK. That's just for...
You recommend it, but you cut it specifically.
Well, I cut it specifically because it's not part of the OTK. Like, this
but you
deck,
still recommend it.
Yeah, this deck, yeah.
Okay.
I'm also cheap. I'm also really, really cheap.
We should get a duel in with this deck. I might do that, actually. I didn't want to play...
Duel me. Play
right,
Shadows. I will scrape your dick.
Because that's why I hate playing you, because you build these OTK bullshit decks, and then you just top deck the nuts. And
when you let me set up, I don't need to top deck the nuts. And also, another
thing... It's not even that. It's just that, freaking top deck, whatever. It's stupid.
And another thing with this deck is don't be alarmed, because it's not uncommon to mill 26 cards in your first turn. Because more often than not, your deck will be at 12.
Remain calm.
Remain calm.
Keep calm and
just mill like crazy. It should be fun. Because again, if you mill out everything and then you torrential on your last card, you fuck your opponent's board, and then you've already allocated their back row. Then you activate Traveler and you start them in 5 running abyss cards, and your opponent cries. So it's decent. Have fun. I don't know. I've still never played with this yet because Jake's a Jew. I've done testing online, but aside from that. It's fun. People always rage quit because they say I'm cheating somehow. Same thing with Inzectors. Play Inzectors. Inzectors are broken.
No, they're not. Okay, so that's... I think we're done here.
Tom the Jew!
So, Tom the Jew, bullshit, and that's a lot of orange soda. Like, look at that. That's a lot of orange soda.
Okay, calm down. Target. Oh, by the way, eating Oreos on a urinal is a great idea. Hold your dick with one hand and eat Oreos with the other. Jake walked out of the stall.
We're done.